Hello everyone and welcome back to Blindfold Chess Training. Today is day 20, so we're making pretty good progress. Tomorrow is halfway through, and yeah, I have to get my revenge on that bot from yesterday, the day 19 1500 elo bot. I will get my revenge and I will win in about 10 days time. But yeah, slowly building up the blindfold skills, and yeah, it's been a while since I've done it, so it's like 2 years ago I could play two at the same time, but then it takes time to build back up. So I hope you guys are also getting a bit better if you're following the playlist the whole way through. And we shall begin today some harder endgame puzzles, but we do get to actually see the board. But then after that, we close our eyes and try and solve the puzzle. So we're going to start with number 1. And after number 1, we'll start with number 2. And then after that, we'll start with number 3. So let's start with number 1. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Was that the... No. So why was 8 afraid of 7? Why was 6... Was it... Why was 6 afraid of 7? Why was... No, why was 9 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. No. What? I guess 10 was afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Maybe 7... I guess it was 10. Okay. Okay, this position we have king d5, pawn d4, pawn f4, pawn f5, pawn a5, king g4. For you guys, if you want to do it without blindfolded at the start, you can, but I'm going to do it blindfolded. We just have to close our eyes and try and visualize this. So it's going to be hard. If you lose track of the pieces, just look at the board again and try and just start from there and then close your eyes again. It's just trial and error. It takes time, just like anything. All right, let's start. I think king c4 should win here. So you guys pause the video and try and solve it yourself. But I'm thinking king c4 is the only real move we have. King e5 doesn't make much sense. They will just start pushing the pawn. Yeah, and we'll have to leave. And if we start pushing, so if king e5, a4, d5, a3, d6, a2, d7, they queen would check, so it's not going to win. So, okay, I think king c4 has to be played. They take our pawn. They play king takes f4. We play d5. Now, if they play a4, no, if they play a4, we push the pawn. That's winning. So they won't play a4. They will play king e5, upon which we will play king c5. If they start pushing the pawn now, it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, they play a4. We play d3. We d6. So a4, d6. a3. d7, a2, we queen, they queen. Do we have any check? Yes, we do. Wow, what a puzzle. Wait a second, the king is on e5, right? Yeah, king e5, we just have queen h8 check. Picking up the queen in the corner, wow. And if they played king f6 before? Because they had an option, king e6 I mean. They had an option to play king e6. There we play king d6. There if they push the pawn, we push the pawn. It's the same story. Yeah, it's the exact same story. So we win there. King c4 should win. Let's check it out now. Check out the solution. King c4 seems right. Yeah, I think the line I calculated is correct. Yeah. And in the end, you're going to make a queen, you're going to give a check, and then you're going to give a check and pick up the queen. So yeah, if you guys solve that, that's a really tough one. So that's really good. And what I was saying before, just so you guys know, a move like king e5 I considered, but it didn't make much sense because they just pushed the pawn. And I don't see anything here. If we push, remember, they're going to queen with check. So that's not going to work. Yeah, king c4 is pretty much the only forcing move. We go for that. One thing I do want to check if they take, we push here, a4, d6, king e6, king c6, push, d7. What if now they go here? I guess, oh no, now we just check and just stop the pawn. This is winning. Yep. Let's go to number 2. I'm not going to look at the solution. Okay, yep, I changed it in the time. Okay, we have a king on a5, pawns h5, h4, and black pawn g7, black king is on b3. Okay, a5, h5, h4, pawn g7, black king on b3. First move that comes to mind is just playing king b5, king c3, king b5, king c3, king c5, king b5, king c3, b5, king c3, king c5, king d3, king d5, king e3, king e5, king f3, king f5, king g3, and king g5. Oh, there they have an annoying move. They have king h3 there. If we move the king, they take the pawn. What a nuisance of a move. Okay, and if we go after the pawn, let's say we don't play this. Let's say we play king b6, king b6, king c3. Oh, let's say they play king c4 now. Now let's say the kings are on e6. So then I'll put the kings on e6 and f4 because that makes sense if we just keep doing the same pattern. Now I have to make a decision. I have to go king f7. They go king g4. That would be winning for me. I'll take on g7, they take, and I push the pawn, and that wins. So king b6 looks like it wins. Or just going the whole way down. Like let's say e5 and f3. And then playing, okay, no. Let's say d5 and e3. Then playing king e6. Here. King e6, king f4. King f7. King f7, king g4. We take, they take. Oh no, they take the other pawn. They take on h5 first, wow. Wow, that's a bit tough then. Do we sacrifice the pawn? Do we play h6, they take? Now we go king b6? Or king c5? But don't they get to the pawn first in that line? Yeah, they would. Huh, what is this? That's a tricky one. King b5 is not working. Because if we just follow the pattern, the kings will be on d6 and... I mean, d5 and e3. King e5, king f3. King f5, king g3. Looking for any tricks there? I don't see any trick. I see a trick. Wow, that's insane. Okay. So, how I saw the trick, you might be thinking he has his eyes closed this whole time. What is he even seeing? He sees black. I'm actually curious too. I guess blind people just see black, right? Yeah. But they don't know it's black. They think it's just what they see. The same way if there was like an alien, they saw like a range of colors in the electromagnetic spectrum. Is that what it's called? They saw like every single UV ray. They'll be like, so humans see like only this much. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, basically, after king f5, king g3, someone's gonna watch this one day and they're gonna be like, oh, this all makes sense now. We understand why this guy's like this. Look at his blindfold chess videos from 3 years ago. King f5, king g6. King g6. Well, what did I see? I saw something. King g3. Yep, I got it. Oh, does that win even? I don't even know if that wins. Oh my god. Okay, after king f5 and king g3. Now I'm thinking, okay, we go king g4. No, we don't go king g4. Now we push h6. After h6 they have to take with the g pawn. So then there's a pawn on h3 for the black. There's a pawn on h5 for white. And the king is still on g3 and our king is on f5. Now we push the pawn. We push our h4 pawn to h5. Now if they play the move, king h4, we go king g6, king f4, we take here. Yep, that wins. King f5, we go king g7 and push the pawn. That wins. But maybe in that position they can play, so when the kings are on g4 and g6, maybe they can play king f4 there. No, that's what I just calculated. What am I on about? Maybe instead of going to h3, they can do something else. Here. That's the only thing I see that wins. I'll go with the solution. But let's see. King b5. And I was pushing the pawn here. Yep, okay, I got it right. h5. And now king g6. And I would take the pawn and then we play king g7. Okay, I got it right. So this was the solution. That's the vision I saw. The point is you can't just... As soon as you're in this position, it's zugzwang. You can't do anything to defend this pawn. So it's bad for you. And so you have to play h6 here. Now they can't take because you take here, so they have to take. Now you play h5. And now I was considering the move king f3. This is what I was trying to put in my head. I just couldn't get it there. King h4, we go king g6 and we win. And if king f3, we still go for this, I believe. This is winning. Nice. Alright, let's do this one. So I'm not looking at the solution. Alright. Okay, number 3. There's a pawn on d7, there's a pawn on f5, and we have a king on b5. Black has pawn g5, pawn g7, king e7, all dark square. Ours are all light square. Okay, got it in my head. f5, d7, okay. Okay, the obvious question is why not... I guess I have to play king c6. I don't see anything else. They'll go king d8 because That's the only move that wins, or like works. But then I'll be losing. I mean, I don't have anything here, do I? Okay, so there's one of these puzzles I have to force zugzwang somehow. And I do think I see some way. Okay, king c6, king d8, king d6. Now they can't push anything else but the g4. Now g4, I can't stop the pawn. King e6 has to be played. g3. Am I looking for stalemate here? Is that the trick? Because I don't think I can win this. I think maybe this will be white to play and draw. Because I don't see any even feasible way we can win. Yeah, king c6, king d8, king d6, g4. Now pawn's still on f5, we have to remember that. Okay, I think I see a way to stalemate. So after king d6, g4, king e6, g3, king f7. What was the pawn again? I'm forgetting. Okay, I'll look at... Okay, it was on g7, yeah. King f7, g2, I take. They make a queen with check. Wait, no, that's not gonna draw. What am I on about? I have to play king e5 after g4. King c6, king d8, maybe king d5 there. They take. King e4. Now king e6 is not possible because we have a pawn on f5, so let's say king e7. We go back to e3, and we go back to f3. f3, they go here. Yes, I found it. I found the drawing line. You go king f3, they go king to f6. Then we go king g4. And now it's zugzwang. They have to move the king. I take the pawn and it's a draw. And unless I'm missing something obvious, I think the most we can do is a draw. I don't see a way to win this. Yep, I'm going with that. King c6 and then king d5. And then king e4, king f3, king g4. And then forcing zugzwang, and then we draw. That's what I'm going with. You guys solve the puzzle and see what you can come up with. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I'm right with king c6, okay. Here, king d5, yeah, that's correct. King e4, yeah. King f3, and then king g4, yeah, I'm right. And this is going to be draw. Nice. So we're 3 for 3. 3 from 3 so far. So that 1500 elo bot is going to get cooked, I'll tell you. So let's do a couple more. Alright, I'm not looking at the solution. Alright, let's do number 4 now. And here, let's take a look at the pieces. We have pawns f2, f2, b5, a4, b7, king a5, pawn c7, c5, f5, f7, king b8. Okay. Got it. Now here b6 seems like the only logical move. Unless we want to lose the game. And the point is if they take on b7, we take on c7. They take, we play king b5. They play king d6 and we just push our pawn and we win. So that's nothing special. So after b6, I'm assuming c6 comes. There we have no move. And we lose the game. Nice. We genuinely have no move in that position. They'll just push the pawn forever. So b6 is incorrect. King a7, c4. King a7, c4, b6, c6, no. Nothing wins in this position. We might be playing for a draw. Oh. Wow, there's only one thing that gives me any hope. It's to give up every single pawn and somehow we survive? That's insane. Okay, the move I'm thinking about now is king... No, what was it? Oh, it was just f4. We play f4, let them take on b7. Now we play b6. Oh my god, we play b6, and if they play c6, it's stalemate. And play b6, if they take with the pawn, we go king b5, king c7, yeah, I think that's a draw. King c7, and then if they go king d6, we just come back to c5, c4. If they go after the other pawn with... I guess they can't play king e5 because the pawn is there on f4. So if they play king e5 there, we go back. Here we take, push, and we queen. I think that's the best we can do. So the move I'm selecting is f4. I think we play f4 here. I don't see anything else. Wait a second, I just thought of it. Looking at the position, wait, now I just thought, wait. Can I play b6, c6, now f4? Then they take. It's stalemate. That's actually a solution. It's not, it's f4. It's f4 second. I think b6 is first. Yeah, I think I got that wrong. Let's see. b6 is first. c6, f4. Yeah, okay, I got it right after. Oh, I don't see f6 actually. Not that we have any move now. Okay, king a6. No, I didn't see this. I didn't see this whole line. Wow, we get in jail. We jail ourselves in for a stalemate. All right, let's do one final one. One final one. Okay, let's do the last puzzle. So this is white to play. And let's go. We have pawns b6, b7, pawn c2. So we're 3 from 4 right now. Let's get 80%. So let's get 4 from 5. Pawns b6, b7. The enemy's pawns a7, c7, king b8. Okay, seems pretty easy. And king and c2 pawn. Okay, got it. Got it in my head. If we take any pawn, that wins? Wait, what am I missing? The first line I calculated in my head won. I just calculated b takes a7, king takes a7. Oh, king can take on b7, yeah. Yeah, that one won because you go king c6, king b8, you push the pawn, you make the king move, you take the other pawn, you win. But after you take on a7, they take the other pawn, they take b7 pawn. But is there like some weird trick? Oh my god. Take. You go, so you take on a7, they take with the king. Now you play, they take on b7, you queen, you make them take, you go king c6, they go king b8, you push the pawn. So you play c4, you play c4. They play king c8, you play c5. They have to move either way. So let's say they go king b7. No, you actually lose in that line, wow. So after king b8, there you will be going king d7, they'll go king b7. There you can't push the pawn because you lose. Because of the concept of mine squares. Yeah, we will lose there, so we can't do that. Okay, what if we take the other pawn? Does that change anything? No. Because if we take on c7, king c7, king a6. No. We take on c7, king b7. We queen, king c8, king a6, king c7. We take on a7 and they play king c6 and their king is too close to our pawn and we'll lose it. So that's not going to work. So it's looking like neither capture is working, which is annoying. I got the position wrong. Oh no, I got it right. It's b6, b5 and king b5. Oh, maybe I allow them to take. Aha, I got it. I think I got it. So, we can play king c6 here. And after king c6, let's say they take with either pawn. Let's say a takes for this sake. Now they're in zugzwang a little bit. So we play the move c4, they play c5, we take, and we win. No. Then they play b5, we take. They play king a7, we take on c7. And that's stalemate. Can you believe that? Oh my god. Wow. I'll show this after. Now, let's try the other one. King a6. They take. King a6, let's say they play a takes b6. Same trick we do. And that's not stalemate. Yes, okay. So I think the move is king a6 then. Let me make sure. Now I'm looking without the board, but let's see. King a6, take c4. Yeah, it should win. King c6 doesn't win. I think king a6 is the move. Nope, king a c6, I was wrong. Wow, it was king c6. I thought this was stalemate though. Oh, you can push the pawn. I was gonna take here and this is stalemate. But you can push the pawn. I should have calculated further. Yeah, you take and just push. But okay, why was king a6 wrong? I don't understand. Same thing? But now you can push this pawn, I guess? No, this is winning. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's winning. We're threatening to take. They have to take it. c4. This should win. I don't get why this does not win. Oh. No, this is winning. What am I on about? Oh. Let me check on the board editor quickly. I'm just gonna set up the position from the start. Analysis board. No, only king c6 wins. King a6. ab6, c4, c5. Take it stalemate. Wow, okay. Nice, nice, nice. And the other way? Yeah, now you can't play c5. And after this, take here. You don't take... I got to this calculation in my head. I said stalemate. I just needed to calculate one more move. And I would have seen this. Okay, 3 from 5. Pretty decent job. I'll call it a day here. Hopefully you guys learned some things about calculating without seeing the board. It's just the same thing. It's just a little harder at the start, but it gets easier as you go. So hopefully you guys practice as well. And we'll call it there. Tomorrow will be a game. And I'll see you guys another day.